In this video, I'm going to be testing out a wedge you've probably never heard of that could be significantly better than any wedge you've ever owned. Stick around to find out more. Alright, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. And in any case, please give us a like and press that little bell. That certainly helps. So what is this wedge? Well, little company out in Texas called Edel. Some of you may know of the putters, probably don't know about the wedge. So we're going to go into some detail here on this new wedge they have and do a little test and see how it goes. Okay, so this little beauty here comes in 4 different grinds: C grind, T grind, D grind, and another one I don't remember. I chose the T grind. Obviously you can look in on their webpage and see which type of grind you think is best for you. General specs on all these wedges, they go from 48 to 60 in 2-degree loft changes, lie angle 64. By the way, I had mine bent to 3 degrees flat, which was very nice to be able to have done from the manufacturer. Swing weights are all D4, raw head weights 284 to 292, etc. You can look all these things up if you're interested. These are forged from soft Japanese 1025 carbon steel. The selling point on these wedges is they come with two 2-gram weights and 1 8-gram weight, which you probably saw or you will see on some of the B-roll. So the interesting part about this wedge is they claim it's up to 44% more accurate than your wedge. I would say even if it's 10% more accurate, that would be an amazing help for anybody. So in a few minutes we're going to test this out, see is it pretty accurate, what difference does it make when I move the weights heel, center, and toe. Because the selling point for this is that all of us can find which configuration gives us the best accuracy, strike ability, etc. So that's what we're going to do. Anything else interesting here to see will pop up on the screen. I'm going to hit some shots. I will not film all of these shots because that would take quite a long time. We'll come back and review, and I might do a little head-to-head comparison on a major brand just to see if there's any real difference with this wedge. Alright, now let me quickly explain how I did the test. I started with the 8-gram weight in the center, that's labeled as red, then went to white, which was heel side, blue toe side, then you'll see at the bottom I hit some shots against the Mizuno T22. I hit 15 shots with each variation, then kicked out the 5 that were the worst. So as we'll see here, pretty consistent results through all the clubs. By the way, this is a 56. The T22 was a 57 degree, so that make a very slight difference in the general pattern of how far I was hitting the ball, which you won't see on the screen. What I liked about when I moved it to the toe, I've always fought with a little bit too much in the out path with wedges, making them draw too much. You can see clearly center cut, heel location 4 degrees into out. When I went to the toe side, 1 degree compared to standard Mizuno 3.3. So for me that was significant. It also slightly shallowed up my angle of attack. You see that was very similar with all 3 settings versus Mizuno, which is not that big of a deal. And that's what we want to look at for this picture. Now we're going to take a look at another one. Okay, screen 2, same procedure, red, white, blue, yellow. Ball speeds were all super identical, launch angle super identical, except for the Mizuno, of course, it's 1 degree weaker loft. Spin rate increased for me as I moved it towards the toe. A little lower than Mizuno, not sure why that was. Pretty insignificant if you look at the carry table. So I was able to, you know, highly regulate that over those shots. And side angle, pretty close on all these, etc. So that's this page, but it's hard to see. Up at the top you'll see the different rings with the different colors, but I'm going to show you one more data set here in a second that for me was pretty significant. Alright, so each of you will obviously, if you experiment with this club, have your own different outcomes, but for me this was pretty significant in that I was able to achieve really good control of the carry, but in my memory banks from many years of hitting wedges, always kind of saw that ball miss to the left too much. And looking at the standard weight port in the center, my miss pattern was 0.3 yards to the right. When I moved to the heel, 0.1 yards to the right. And when I moved to the toe side weight, 0.1 yards to the left. So yeah, still missed it technically slightly left, but I can tell you for me the pattern, sorry, the feel towards the toe was definitely more pleasing for me. Better increase in spin, carry distance control was similar, but watching for me, and I don't claim to be a tour pro obviously, but a decent player, seeing the ball miss left and now watching it, no matter where the weight port was, missing like a foot on average left or right of the hole, was extremely significant. Now these are controlled conditions, no wind, etc., but you get the point. Then we'll take a quick look at Mizuno. Obviously that spin rate was higher, and if we had some statisticians in the house, we'd go, well, this can't be very significant. The Mizuno missed 1 yard to the left. Okay, so 1 yard versus 0.1 yards. I don't know what kind of math that is, but I'd say that's a pretty good accuracy difference in these clubs. So again, this is just I forgot to tell you probably, this is just a 50-yard wedge test. If get more time, people get interested in this test even more, we'll of course go back to 75 and try different distances. But for me, great feeling wedge. So at the end of the day, or the end of the session, this is a beautiful wedge. I like the way it feels. I like to be able to move the weight around to see if I can get different ball flights or different shapes, or less shape in my case. Very pleasing wedge. I would certainly suggest, if you're looking for a new wedge, go on their website, give it a look around. By the way, I paid full price for this. I don't know anybody at Edel. I've never spoke to anyone there. I didn't call them up and tell them I'm going to do this. So this is just an honest review that for the money, I think it's a very wise investment, and it's definitely going to hang out with the big guys on the manufacturing level, that the big names. So give us some thoughts, give me some feedback, any comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.